At my worst, I had a whole group of friends I talked to every day. Writers, artists, people whose work I admired from a distance. We had inside jokes. I knew exactly how they'd respond to things. I'd imagine what they'd say about a book I was reading or something I was going through. The only problem, they had no idea I existed. I don't even remember when it started. At some point during Burnout, when I'd stopped returning messages, stopped showing up, stopped feeling like I had anything to offer anyone, the imaginary conversations filled the gap. It would happen mostly at night, lying in bed, too tired to sleep, too empty to do anything else. I'd just talk in my head to someone whose writing I'd been following for years, or a musician whose work felt like it understood something about me that real people in my life didn't. I'd tell them about my day. I'd imagine their reaction. Sometimes I'd be asking for advice. Sometimes I'd just want someone to say, "Yeah, that sounds hard. I get it." And the strange thing is, it helped. At least for a little while. A crack of light under the door. Here's what I've come to understand about why that happened. Burnout doesn't just drain your energy. It makes real connection feel expensive. A friend texting you means you owe a reply. A phone call means you have to show up, have a voice, have something to say. And when you're running on nothing, that cost feels enormous. But an imaginary conversation with someone you admire, it costs nothing. It gives you the feeling of being understood, of being in good company, without asking anything in return. Looking back, I don't think it was strange. I think it was my mind finding the only form of connection it could still afford. The loneliness of burnout is specific. It's not that no one is there. It's that you don't have enough of yourself left to meet them. Eventually, even that stopped working. I remember one night, the imaginary conversation just felt hollow. Like I was talking into nothing. And I realized what I actually wanted wasn't a version of someone I'd invented. I wanted to be real again. Present enough to have an actual conversation. To stop hiding. That moment of noticing, I think that was the beginning of something. Not a recovery. Not yet. Just a crack of light under the door. If you've had your own version of this, maybe not imaginary friends, but some private way you stayed afloat when everything else felt too heavy, I'd genuinely like to hear it. Drop it in the comments. And if you want to go deeper on what burnout actually does to our need for connection and what slowly helped me come back, I've left something in the description.